Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel and Merry Christmas. It is actually Christmas morning right now for me. When y'all will be seeing this, it's the morning after Christmas, so obviously on Saturday. I hope y'all all have been having an amazing Christmas or holiday season and hopefully spending it with loved ones and family. I'm here back at home with my parents and I'm actually in my bathroom here as opposed to in my apartment. So I'm very happy about that, getting to be home and everything. And I just figured I would show y'all a real quick like get ready with me sort of video since I'm gonna do like my makeup and stuff. I don't know, I'm looking a bit like a drowned rat, but I don't know if I'll do my hair this morning. It just kind of depends. So yeah, if y'all want to see how I'm doing my makeup for Christmas Day, go ahead and keep on watching. Okay, y'all, so I'm going in first with the Morphe primer for my eyes. I'm hoping this will be pretty quick because I need to get downstairs and help cook some food. If you hear people downstairs, that is my sisters. They're playing, I think like the new NASCAR game or something that they got. It's either that or the FIFA, but I think it's the NASCAR. And then I am going to use my 35O palette from Morphe. I don't know, since my shirt is kind of orange, I might keep the colors a little bit more on the brown side just so we don't get too overboard. I'm going to go in first just to kind of set everything with the first shade on the top row and a Morphe M441 brush. And I'm literally just going to put this all over my whole entire lid from the lash line up to my brow bone. And this will just help set the primer in place so it doesn't move around and so that whenever we put our other shadows on, nothing looks like patchy. So I've got that, and then for transition shades, this is where I go a little crazy. So I'm sorry, it's gonna be a lot of colors. So I like to use first one on the second row, the last three on the second row, and then these two right here. Like I said, it's a lot. And I just kind of tap into each one. And I'm gonna put this up in my crease. Okay, so as you can see, it adds a little bit of color, nothing like too orange because like I said, my top is orange and I don't wanna be overly crazy with it. And then obviously if you're like me, I usually make quite a bit of mess, like fallout and everything as I'm doing this. So you can just go in after and clean it up with either a makeup wipe or some makeup remover or coconut oil, kind of whatever you use as your makeup remover. Definitely let me know in the comments below how y'all's Christmas and holidays were. I've had so much fun being here at home. I miss it so much whenever I have to go, and I'm like already sad about having to go back for school, but luckily I still have a few more weeks. I have like 3 more weeks, I think, 2 or 3 more weeks that I'll get to be here, so I'm happy about that. But it is hard going from like being here with everyone back there by myself, but it'll be all right. So now for kind of our outer corner, I'm gonna go in from the third row, this middle shade right here, and then I like using this one, last one from the fourth row, this one, and this one on the bottom row, just to kind of deepen it up. And I'm using a smaller and denser brush, and it's the M433 brush from Morphe. And this, again, it just kind of darkens up that outer crease so it looks a little more dimension. And I try to keep this lower than that first transition shades we put down, just so it has like a nice like blended effect. Like I said, here you can already see I've got some fallout, and I'll clean that up. It's super easy to just clean up real quick after you've done this step. So let me know what y'all did for Christmas or the holidays in general. We got up this morning and we already did like all our Christmas presents and stuff. And then we have like Christmas traditions that we do, that we did last night on like Christmas Eve. So that was fun. We always love doing that. I think it's like 23 degrees here, but it says it feels like 19. So very cold. As you can see, I look like that guy, but just ignore that. So I'm gonna go back in with the Morphe M441 brush and pick up those same colors I used as our transition shade and blend out everything we just did so we have no harsh lines. And I'm gonna clean this up real quick so you can actually kind of see what we look like. Okay, so this is like kind of the vibe we've got. I like using, like I said, the makeup remover to just kind of like clean everything up. I know some people prefer to use tape because you can just pull that off and it's all good. I personally don't like using tape that much just because I feel like it's hard on my skin. I don't like to pull it like the way it pulls off and everything. And I have a lot of like skin allergies and very, very sensitive skin. So I don't like putting that like adhesive on it. But if that works for you, totally do that. But one thing that is nice about the remover is you kind of get to make whatever shape you're wanting. Like if you're wanting it very like sharp like I've got, or if you're wanting more of like circular shaped or whatever, you can do that with the remover as opposed to the tape, which kind of just gives you that straight line. So I always, and I mean it's Christmas, so it can't be Christmas without glitter in my personal opinion. So I'm gonna go in with a mixture. Oh no, I don't know if I want gold glitter or like more champagne-y. We're gonna go with the gold. I haven't done gold glitter in a hot minute, so I'm using this flat shader brush from Morphe. As usual, it is from one of their collections and they don't sell it anymore, but I can find something super similar and link it down below with all the other products. So I'm gonna go in with this 4th shade on the top row. It's kind of like a gold glittery, and I'm just going to pack this on about the inner 3/4 of my eye, kind of making it like a cut crease. But yeah, I don't want to have to like use concealer and stuff to actually carve it out. So I'm just gonna put this in that same motion. As you can see, you can just stop with this, but I do want it a bit more pigmented. So I'm gonna go in with my ring finger and just pick some up and dab it on. And this definitely makes it a whole lot brighter, which I like. I'm obsessed with glitter. So any glitter I can get, the more the merrier. All right, I feel like that looks pretty good. I do want my outer corner a little bit darker, so I'm gonna use the Morphe M321, which is kind of like a little pencil brush, and I'm gonna pick up a little bit more of these bottom 2 shades. It's the 2nd one and the 4th one. And I'm just going to lightly blend that in right here in the outer corner. Just to make, so you can see there's a big difference between this side and this one. And I do just kind of like that darker look, but obviously if you aren't comfortable going that dark, or if you want something a little bit brighter, you can leave it where we had it just a minute ago. All right, so I am done with the eyes. I'll come back at the end and do my mascara, and I'll probably do eyeliner. I'm not too sure. You definitely could use lashes. If I wasn't trying to like hurry and go help cook food and everything, I probably would do lashes, but for today I'm not going to. So for foundation, as you can probably tell, my face has been a little unhappy with me since I've come here, but I'm going to use a bit more of a thicker foundation today. So for that, the color doesn't match me all that perfectly, so I do go in with a darker one. So for the darker shade, I use W3 Nude Beige from L'Oreal True Match, this one right here. And then I mix it with the Juvia's Place I Am Magic in the shade Marisol 740. This one's super light. Like I said, this one is very full coverage and very thick. I do like it, but like I said, it is just a little bit too pale, if you can believe that. I just go in with these two on the back of my hand and I will mix them together and just kind of swipe it everywhere on my face. With this, I do like using, you can either use a beauty blender or your brush. I'm gonna go in with my brush first, and then I like to go over it just to make sure it's all smooth and everything with my beauty blender. And I do buff it in some with the brush, but I also like to use kind of like the stamping motion, because I do feel like it gives me better coverage than just buffing it in. I don't know. That's just kind of my opinion on it. And we're gonna look very pale, but I will go back in with bronzer so that we don't look like a ghost like we do right now. And on camera, it is making it look a lot lighter than it actually is. It definitely matches my skin better than it's showing up. Now I'm gonna use the Juvia's Place. I think this is the iMagic concealer, if I'm not mistaken, and it's in the shade 23. And I'm gonna use this just to highlight under my eyes, and then if I have any problem areas, which I do right now currently, so I'll just go in and cover those up. Now this is going to make me look very, very pale, but it will be okay because, like I said, I'm going to use bronzer and powder to like set everything so it looks more, I promise it will look better. And for this, I like using my beauty blender, and I'll just go over the whole entire face with this just to make sure everything is nice and blended in. And as you can tell, like right here, I use my concealer just to make my eyeshadow even sharper, and it kind of cleans up any residual mess that might have been there that I didn't get off with the makeup remover. So I really like doing it that way. And then I saw this new technique of just doing it here and then the inner corner, because they were talking about bringing it down. It actually makes your face look kind of more weighted down than it actually is when you do your makeup in that like triangular shape, because it brings most of the attention down to like where it points. So I switched up the kind of shape that I was using for my concealer so that I hopefully did not give that illusion. I'm going to use, as usual, my Maybelline Fit Me powder. I absolutely love this. I'm honestly running kind of low and need to get a new one. I don't want to bake or anything. Like I said, my skin has kind of been having a rough time, and it's very dry right now just because it's winter. So I don't want to be putting all that harshness on of like leaving the powder on there, because that does dry you out even more. And right now, I don't want any of the dryness at all. We're nice and powdered up, so next I'm gonna do my bronzer. Oh, I got a new blush for Christmas I wanted to try, but I left them downstairs where we're doing all of our Christmas gifts, so I kind of forgot about that. And then, like I said, all of the products I use and like brushes, I will link them down below. So if you're interested in purchasing them, you can either find the exact products I use or similar ones. And I'm using my Too Faced bronzer as usual. I like doing it with this smaller brush kind of to get down the shape, even though it looks a little wild. And then I go in with a fluffier brush. And I don't know, I kind of do like a combination between bronzing and contouring. Today is definitely more bronzy because I am bringing it up higher on my cheekbones as opposed to like just the hollow points in my cheek. And as you can see, we're looking much more alive and more color in our face, so we don't look just so like flat and one color. As always, blush, and this is in the shade Luminoso by Milani. I'm literally almost out, you guys. I don't know. Yeah, there you can see. And I'm so sad, but like I said, I got a new blush. It's a new color. It's still by Milani, and I can't remember what color it is, but I'll probably use it like in a video or something. So sadly, I'm not getting much blush from this, and it makes me very sad because blush is honestly one of my favorite things. Blush and highlighter. Like, if I could go through life with blush, highlighter, and mascara, I would be happy. And that would be like all I needed. I'm gonna use my Man Eater from Tarte eyeliner, and I'm gonna go off camera and do this, and then I'll come back. Okay, so I've curled my lashes, and now I'm gonna put on mascara. Gonna use the Man Eater mascara from Tarte as well. I don't think I'm going to do my hair just because I need to go down and help out, get stuff prepared for lunch. So I'll probably just let it air dry and do its own thing. I'm gonna do a video trying out a new blow dryer and curling iron, so definitely keep your eye out for that. That should be like in the next week or so. And yeah, I know I've talked to y'all that I don't usually wear false lashes, and honestly I never had up until just a few weeks ago. But I was at the store and was buying stuff, and I was in the makeup, even though I didn't need to be in the makeup department, and I saw they had these like beautiful lashes. And I've actually seen this girl that I know like through social media, Macy Neely. She had talked about them. They're the Ardell Wispies, and so I was like, okay, she always uses them and her eyelashes look amazing. So I was like, I'm gonna try them, I'm gonna see what it's all about. And so I bought them and I've tried them and I'm absolutely obsessed with them. I love them so much. They are so like, they're not like over dramatic, but they're just like cute and soft and kind of flirty. I actually wore them in my last vlog at the beginning whenever I was sitting in the car talking to y'all. But yeah, so like I really like them. I will say for my personal like lashes, they don't add me a bunch of length. Like they're not a whole lot longer than my lashes are, but they do add a ton of volume, and I really love that. So I'm kind of on that train of like fake eyelashes now, and I'm like, ooh, I want to buy more. I want to try more. I want to try like more dramatic ones. You might get to see a video of me doing them. I'm definitely not going to teach you how to put the lashes on because I am terrible at that. It is such a struggle for me. So don't expect that anytime soon. But I might show you like a look with eyelashes that you could use. So now I'm going to go in with the Tarte Exposed Highlight. This is, I've talked about this so many times on my channel. It is actually my favorite highlighter that I have. It's so pretty, it's so pigmented, and it's just like, it's literally the perfect gold shade because I kept having trouble whenever I would look for gold highlighters. They were made for very different skin tones than me. As you can tell, I'm very pale, and unless I have a tan on, I'm pretty much always this pale. And so I always tried them and they just looked muddy and like, it didn't look right. They never looked cute. They look gorgeous on people who have more of like tan or dark complexions, but it was not working for me. And I saw this one, a friend wearing it, and I about died. She let me try it. Such a sweet girl, Madison. I love her to death. And so she let me try it and I fell in love. I was like, oh my gosh, it's the perfect amount of gold without making me look gross. So I was like, yeah, I'll totally get this and try it. And I fell in love, and it's my favorite, all-time favorite highlight to use. Definitely if you're pale, I would recommend it because it looks amazing. So I put it on my cheekbones and kind of up around kind of like in a C-shaped, moon shape, whatever you want to call it. On my nose, on the bridge, and then on the tip, inner corners, obviously. Oh, I forgot my brow bone. We can't forget that. I always feel so bad whenever I'm wearing like a bunch of highlighter. If I ever like lay my head on somebody, I will get glitter on them, and I always feel really bad, but I'm like, hey, you want to be glittery too, don't you? I know you do. It's great, it's amazing. But I'm gonna grab a lipstick and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I don't really know what kind of lipstick I want to use. I brought like a whole pouch. I'm not really sure what this color looks like, but we're gonna give it a try. And if I absolutely hate it, then we can take it off. That's kind of my motto. I'm going to use the lip liner from NYX. It's professional. Oh, it's the NYX Suede Matte Lip Liner in SMLL33 London. No, I think it's just the color London. I lied. Sorry. So I'm gonna use this. It's kind of like a nudish brown. Like I said, pale skin, so it's brown on me.